What's going on, everybody? It's Falcons Daily. I am CG, Craig Green. I am your host of the show. And if you want to give me a follow on social media, you can find me at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G, and the word sports. And FanArch supports and powers this platform. FanArch's logo is in the top left corner up here. You can follow them at FanArchCo, FANARCHCO. Let's jump right into it, y'all. We've got another ball game coming up here this Sunday night. We'll talk about that here momentarily. But the one thing I did want to get into is our wide receivers. Tell me how, in the comments, let me know how y'all are feeling about wide receivers not named Drake London. Let me know what your confidence level is in those guys. I can tell you right now, for me, it is minimal. Right now, I don't have much faith in anyone wearing a wide receiver number or a uniform right now for the Falcons. And it's not because they're not capable, it's because they haven't been doing much. When you look at the Falcons wide receivers, right? Anybody not named Drake London? Well, first we'll look at Drake London's numbers, just to give you an idea of that. I don't have a graphic for you to show you. I'll just tell you. Drake has 34 catches, 427 yards, and 2 touchdowns. All right. The next, the receiver with the second most amount of yards after that is a running back, and it's Bijan Robinson. He averages more yards per catch than Drake does. He's got 24 catches, 338 yards, and a tutty. His went for a 69-yard touchdown. Kyle Pitts is after that, 23 catches, 223 yards, and a touchdown, just under 10 yards a catch. All right, so the thing of it is, for me, is everybody else who is not a wide receiver. If you are, Drake London by himself has 427 receiving yards. All right, wide receivers outside of that, collectively, we're talking Darnell Mooney, Ray McCloud, Casey Washington, David Sills, Kadero Hodge. Right, those 5 guys combined have 207 rushing yards, receiving yards. 204 receiving yards. Sorry, got the number wrong, but it is 204 between those 5 guys. And, it's been a lot of, and I feel like that's going to make our offense predictable in some ways because, they already know if it's not going to Drake, it's going to go to Bijan. If it's not going to Bijan, it's going to Pitts. We did have Casey Washington did have a couple of targets on Monday night. He had one, that would have been a really big gain that was knocked out of his hands. I mean, tough, it was thrown in between 2 defenders. He got his hands on the ball. Not a lot he could do about it after it got raked out of there. But still, the fact remains is that right now we can't rely on Mooney because of his health. We can't rely on Casey Washington, David Sills, or Kadero Hodge right now when they're on the field offensively, outside of maybe blocking here and there. But we can't rely on them to get a catch right now, to move the sticks, to move the chains. That's why, just look, it goes to show you a lot when Ray McCloud, who is our starting slot receiver, was a healthy scratch for Monday night's game. It really goes to show that to you, I think, that they felt like we were better off without him playing and that we could win. And we got the win without him on the field. That says even more about it. But, again, I want to see the ball distributed a little bit better. I want to see, Casey Washington, and I want to see Kadero, I want to see Sills be able to contribute offensively. I would love to see Mooney healthy, because when Mooney's healthy, really this offense can really take off because he can blow the top off the defense. And we don't really have that right now. I think we're kind of using Bijan to do things like that. But again, I would love to see some more contributions and some more numbers really put up by these wideouts because we're going to need it down the stretch. Teams are going to be keying in on what we're doing, and before you know it, it's going to get a whole lot tougher down the stretch. And you better believe that Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, once again, is Robert Saleh. They're watching and they're putting their game plan together right now. Coming up next after that, guys, again, we started talking about it a little bit. Yes, the head coach of the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, our old offensive coordinator. We're going down to see he and the 49ers this Sunday night. It's our second contest in the span of 6 days. Again, we played Monday night. Now we got to go down there and play them Sunday night. and fly across the country to do so. So no real favors done by the schedule makers. I mean, we got Buffalo on a bye week and we handled that, but then we got to fly cross country on a short week, probably flying out, who knows, maybe Thursday or something like that. We didn't get the plan just yet from Raheem that I know of, but once it's gonna it's another tough part of the schedule again that the Falcons have to deal with. But we'll see how they come out of it. They've got this game, and then after that they'll have the Miami Dolphins coming down the pipe shortly after that. But you know, it's a lot on the body, and one other thing we have to look at is injuries too. Will we get Darnell Mooney back? Will we get Jake Matthews back? Remember, he left the game at halftime against Buffalo with an ankle injury. Will we get will Taquan Graham be ready to play? How about Clark Phillips? Will we get Billy Bowman back? Were they held out as precautions knowing that we had a couple of games in a short amount of time? So if that's the case, then bravo, we got it done without those guys. But I really feel like we're going to need all hands on deck against the 49ers on the road, especially. They've got they've got injuries all over the place too, especially at the quarterback position. Mac Jones is going to be their starter, and one of their all-world players, Fred Warner, is out for the season. So, shout out to him, and hopefully he recovers. But strategically, it's a big deal for the Falcons to not have to deal with Fred Warner out there. So, big test on the road for the Falcons to take on San Francisco, old NFC West rival. We'll break it down some more as the week goes on. But again, for me, it really comes down to one thing for the Falcons to win this game. Stop Christian McCaffrey. You got to stop this guy. If you stop him, you're probably going to win the ball game because they don't want Mac Jones to throw the ball a whole ton. They know the Falcons have the number one defense coming in to their building, the number two offense as well. So the number one thing they're going to want to do is keep the ball away from us. And the number one way to do that is to allow them to continue to move the chains. You got to keep the ball. McCaffrey's going to get his touches, but as soon as he touches the ball, we need to touch his behind and put him on the ground. That's really what it comes down to. You stop McCaffrey, you're probably going to win the game on Sunday night. I know Kendrick Bourne just had, one of his best games of his career. I know that they're 4-2 right now, and they're finding ways to win ball games. I get it, but this Falcons team is starting to feel some confidence. They're looking for their third win in a row. They just did it at home without some of their key pieces. Again, including one of the leaders of our team. I mean, Jake Matthews, I don't know what you think about offensive linemen, but I mean, he's got the gold captain's patch for a reason. It's because he is a leader, and he is one of our long-standing leaders. So it's a big test for us on the road, especially knowing that they've got, an elite running back like Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, someone who Bijan Robinson has trained with. He and Luke McCaffrey in the offseason got together out there and did some work. So if anyone knows what McCaffrey can do, it's Bijan Robinson and also Raheem Morris, who saw him in the NFC West as a member of the Rams. I was looking at our offense, defense, see where we rank there. Of course, we're first in total defense, we're second in total offense, but where do we rank in special teams? Not very good. Is Coach Marquise Williams? I think he's a candidate for the hot seat right now. This by far, if I can, just go back, it's got to be his worst season as a special teams coordinator with the Falcons. I mean, when you look at our special teams, right? Returning yards, we are second to last. We are 31st in the league in punt returns, or in kickoff returns. In terms of punt returns, still not very good. We are 29th in the league. We average just under 7 yards a kickoff return or punt return. It's not good whatsoever. When you look at us punting the football, we don't have very many punts, but we also are right there near the bottom when it comes to punt return yards. or actually what we average on punts, that is, we have 16 punts for an average of 43 yards a punt. That is 30th in the NFL. When you look at also return yards that we give up as well, that part we're doing okay. I mean, we're about 26th in the league at that. We only give up about 8 yards a return, but the fact of the matter is that we are not doing very, very well there. And then when you look at kickoffs, um, we're middle of the road in terms of the amount of oh no, this is not in terms of the kicking, in terms of the return game. Again, the return game not very good for the Falcons, and our numbers are not where they need to be. I mean, right now we have the lowest long kick return in the league. New England's allowed a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The longest we've allowed is 30 yards, so we're doing pretty good there. But it's when you combine the Younghoe Koo situation, they're bringing in Parker Romo. Romo, stinks it up in Charlotte, and he's been all right for the most part. We had a kick blocked against the Bills. I just think that Marquise Williams is not really safe right now when it comes to his job. Of the three coordinators, of course, Jeffrey Ulbrich just got there. Zach Robinson, things are turning around for him. But Marquise Williams right now, I feel like we need more out of the special teams. Otherwise, we could be looking for a new special teams coordinator next season. All right, that's going to end it for me today, y'all. I just wanted to touch on some of those subjects. We'll be back on Thursday after we take a look at the first injury report of the week, and we'll go into some more analysis and take a look at some news and rumors around the Falcons and see what the temperature is between all of you, all of our Falcons family. So until tomorrow, I am CG. Sayonara and buenos noches.